Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rope Talk, episode 64. I am your special guest host. With me this week, of course, as always, Mike Moran, Matt Dumont, the monster. I got the glasses on in his honor today.
Yeah.
Because he lost a little bit of too much life force on Space Mountain in Costa Rica.
It does happen. Mrs. Dumont, thank you very much.
He's got a little bit of a sinus infection.
It does happen.
Some sniffles.
Yeah.
And he told us, I can't be there today. I need another week. He'll be back next week, we promise. I'm only filling in for one episode, one top five.
We love this. If Edible Eddie hears this, Edible Eddie will be back quicker than he's breaking out of that figure four. I'll tell you that right now.
Edible Eddie is coming back. There is zero doubt about it. But this week, because if you know me, you know I hate a lot of things. So
this is a perfect
we're doing
topic.
Another top five.
Yep.
And it's going to be top five wrestlers we hate all time. All time. We've got some old guys. We've got some new guys.
My
We're going to
goodness.
give you reasons why. We're going to tell you why we hate them.
All eras.
All errors are available.
Nobody's safe.
And of course, as always, sponsored by Real American Beer.
Real American Beer.
Unofficial sponsor.
We're waiting.
We're waiting for it in Connecticut.
It's almost a year and a half we've started Top Rope Talk.
Yep.
By the way, like, share, subscribe on YouTube.
YouTube, TikTok,
okay,
Facebook.
The #1 wrestling podcast in all of Northeastern Connecticut.
And Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Rosa will be very happy with that. Real American Beer Zero we need Real American Beer Light with the alcohol. Because guess what? We'd like to have a couple of cold ones while we're talking about wrestling. Real American Beer. And another thing we're missing, we know that because I sent you guys a picture while I was in Key West.
Oh, Bubba's Secret Stills.
Big Bubba's Secret Stills.
Listen, Bubba's, we
trailer.
follow you
Yep.
on Facebook.
Yep.
We follow you on TikTok.
Yep. Give you a shout out.
Your reels are good. Your whiskey's better. So what do we got? Top 5 most hated wrestlers.
And again, top
of all
5
time.
of our picks.
Our
not
picks.
your picks.
Yeah, not your picks. Chime in. Let us know. A lot of people on TikTok like to talk a lot of shit.
Oh,
I'm right there with them.
Yeah.
We got our little shorts on there. We'll try to maybe chop this up into some shorts. I don't know. Depends on what kind of time I have. And we'll see what people think. But for the long form show, which is found on YouTube primarily, you just let us know if you think our list is trash or if you think our list is good.
Give us
There's going to be some that clearly people are going to agree with.
100%. And we've had we've had some good ones. Talking about belts, talking about most overrated.
Great ones.
Matt the monster just took off on the most overrated. It was Nikita Koloff and Lex Luger. It was a good one.
People got a lot to say about that.
Yes.
This isn't most overrated.
Yeah. This is who
we didn't like. We hated. We couldn't stand these wrestlers.
Right.
I can't stand to watch them wrestle. I don't think they should be where they are. Good for you for making it.
Right. But
and I don't hate you on a personal level because I don't know any of these people.
Right.
But the characters and what they did in wrestling. Why don't you start with your number 5?
I'm going to start with my number 5, and he's from the 80s. He was, until Gunther beat his record, my number 5 of most hated wrestlers is the Honky Tonk Man. I want to take that guitar and hit him over the head with it because he was so annoying. And I think at that point in the late 80s, I'm like, is this guy trying to be Elvis?
Yes.
Why is Vince, and again, as we're older now, we realize like Vince was just so into those characters. His finisher was stupid. He held on to that title because of Jimmy Hart, like the fucking shake, rattle, and roll. Vince, listen, you're a billionaire. I believe you still are, no matter what's going on in your life. You were so into the characters back then. And the Honky Tonk Man wasn't a good wrestler. I forget his name at this point. I just can't think of his name, but he's able to talk. He's still alive. God bless him. He's still doing his thing. But I just you beat Ricky Steamboat for the Intercontinental title, and then you lasted for over a year when it could have been Steamboat Savage holding that title for so much longer.
Yeah,
that's all. That's my number 5, most hated. We're going to have a good list, both of it, because both of our lists, we had a little bit back and forth before we started. They're both different, so this is going to be good.
They are different. My number 5, guy I hated in the 5th spot, X-Pac. Okay, so I was introduced.
Do you dislike X-Pac or 1, 2, 3 Kid or both?
No, see, 1, 2, 3 Kid. All right, so that's how I was introduced to him. Was 1, 2, 3 Kid.
You beat
right?
Razor Ramon.
He was wearing that blue
like
jumpsuit with
singlet.
the 1, 2, 3 on it.
Yes.
Very cartoony. Actually, a little ahead of its time for cartoonish.
Yes.
Because the cartoony stuff really came later.
Yeah.
Doink and all
Doink
this
the-
other stuff.
Doink the
you
fucking
know, it was
clown, right,
really
yeah.
cartoony
Yeah.
in the late 90s. Or mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
But he debuted in the early 90s.
Yes.
At least to fans like
So
me
it's like
who are
90,
watching
90,
WWF.
93, 94. Yeah, that's when he debuted.
And he was all right. He didn't really look like a wrestler. He's small. He was lanky.
He looked like when they call him the 1, 2, 3 kid because that's what he
Yeah,
reminds you.
he was
as a
weak.
kid.
But it was early in his career.
Right.
So you figure you can get through that. But he just ended up being sort of a yes man for DX.
Yep.
He was that little dog in the cartoon that would walk with the big dog.
Yes.
And I would go, yeah,
Pump
you're
it.
right.
Yeah,
But they
put
never
his
could
chest up.
actually do anything.
Yes.
Like he was less than mediocre on the mic. He actually tried to be too edgy
Yes.
and do too much stuff that pushed
Yep.
the envelope. And it just seemed like a hack and that he was really trying
Yep.
too hard. He should thank Shawn Michaels and Triple H for his
Oh God,
career.
for everything. Yeah.
Because if he doesn't have those two guys, he's not even a footnote in wrestling.
No.
Like you talk about wrestling, eventually in 50 years, DX is going to be brought up by somebody.
Yes.
And if not DX, you're going to get to DX because of Triple H and Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels. And you're going to have to mention this weasel, X-Pac. And it's obnoxious.
Yeah.
X-Pac, my number 5, hands down, my number 5 most hated wrestler.
So I'm going to throw a little curveball at you because my number 4, technically, when we grew up, he was a manager, but he was a wrestler back in the late 70s, early 80s. And I know you're going to probably shake your head because everybody hated him. But the older we get, now in our mid 40s, we love him. We'd always want to kill him, but we love him. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Okay.
I always liked him.
I'm coming at because he was great on commentator, but he just would always pull that little, hand the foreign object here, do this, do that. He was a great manager.
Yeah, I like a sleazebag.
But he was a sleazebag. And
He
that's why I was
was.
like, but he was the great at what he did. But as a kid growing up, I hated Bobby the Brain Heenan. He was great on commentating, but he'd always give the little one-line dig. It reminded me a lot of you're going back and forth with somebody, you'd give a fucking great dig.
Sure.
That was him.
That was him.
At all times, it was just crazy.
I agree. He always looked to me like a fat version of Johnny Lawrence from Karate Kid. That's what I always thought
Just
of
a
him.
prick.
Just an older fat version of this guy.
And a complete
Just
prick.
a complete asshole.
Yes.
Throwing out jabs.
Yes.
Throwing somebody whatever to hit somebody with.
Yep.
Just doing whatever it took. Didn't care what you thought about him.
No.
I honestly loved him. As a kid, I thought he was hysterical. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Thought he was hysterical.
But you look back on it as an adult and you realize how good he was. Well, he was so good at what he did. But as a kid growing up, I'm like, yeah, I can't stand this guy. I want to kill him.
Yeah, he would make me laugh.
He was fun.
He was
Him and Gorilla Monsoon. He was
funny.
really great. Yeah.
Him and Gorilla Monsoon. You just did a reel,
Yes.
the greatest announced duo of all time, which ended up being Jim Ross and Jerry the King of
Okay,
Lawler.
yep.
It's tough to argue,
Yes.
but I gotta say, right behind him, as somebody who watches a fair amount of
And
old
watching them
WWF,
go at it, they were great.
fantastic.
Yes.
They were fantastic. So that's a pretty good number 4. So number 4 for you is Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yep. Who do you got for your number 4?
My number 4 is a newer wrestler, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever. Yeah. Yes.
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 No.
Oh.
I don't understand. It's I just don't get it. I don't get his appeal. I get that he's small and he's kind of the underdog.
Yeah.
And most people are small and they're underdogs. But I don't give a shit about that. Like,
What-
I don't care. He could wrestle.
What I appreciate, he could wrestle. And that's why I think that the biggest thing is that where people wanted him so bad to go over, but Triple H, Stephanie, Vince McMahon all said what we were thinking. You're a little guy and you're not going to get over. So that's what I think appealed to the crowd.
No, that was a nice hook.
Yeah.
That was very smart.
Yep.
Because the guy can wrestle,
Right.
you can make him a champion,
Oh, yeah.
right? Because he had the tools in the ring. But here's where it's obnoxious. Because you got all these tools in the ring, and then you use a flying knee.
Yeah.
That is fucking stupid to me.
He's using all that weight, a little bit of weight he has and tries to knock you out. Tries.
Yeah, but it's not do something off the top rope. You're 5'10".
Yep.
What, 220?
I think they said 5'8", 205.
5'8", 205. You should be flying around.
Right.
Your main finishing move shouldn't be a fucking flying knee.
I'm trying to think of some of the moves, but he'd used some submission moves. He used the yes lock, which was a crossface, which is a crippler crossface. I mean, we can say Chris Benoit.
Sure. Yeah, you can say
Crippler
Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit,
Chris
listen,
Benoit is
ultimately
fine.
he's a scumbag, but he was a good wrestler.
But he used that, but he should have done, I know what you mean, with the flying.
Yeah, it just is simple for a guy. Yeah, you're going to point. No. More. Yes.
No more.
That's what I want. I want no more yes, and I got it now.
Yes.
He's concussed, right? A bunch
Yeah,
of
he's done.
concussions.
Yeah, he's all
that's tough.
set. No more
Yeah,
yes.
no more yes. No more yes. You can't do it. Sit at the announce table or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Make your bucks. Hopefully you got a good financial manager, but
I think, and his wife is still wrestling.
his fans are obnoxious too. Yeah, he did marry one of the twins, which,
Yeah.
listen, I'll give you all the credit where credit's
Yep.
due right there. But I just never understood it. But his fans are obnoxious.
Yep.
Because even people who hated him are still chanting yes when he's on the top rope.
So it's
like,
crazy.
stop
I know.
it.
Listen, I was one of them at WrestleMania 30.
Ah, God.
So when he beat Orton and Batista, I'll tell you, one of the WrestleMania 30 being there live, watching The Undertaker lose, and 70,000 people go silent. Did this just happen? And then when he won, it was. I will admit, I was in my whole
Yeah, I just can't.
Now it was.
Listen, it worked.
It was a shot in the dark. Don't get me wrong, but then it's like, Then I was like, okay, cool. What are we gonna go from here?
Yeah. We can get in on another time or another topic, not with me, because this is it for me on the show, but where he would have been had he not, gotten a Troy Aikman level of concussions
Yes.
where it's like you can't even talk about wrestling. This dude's got a dented head.
Exactly.
So-
fucking mess.
Right. He's got a problem. And that,
Yeah.
I understand.
It
Like,
is what it
I
is, right?
get it, yeah, so that's my number. What was that? My number 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, my number 4. Sorry. This shit,
My number 3
Number 3.
is a guy who always thought he was bigger than the sport. JEFF JARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. Okay? Jeff Jarrett tried in the 90s to get over in WWE, trying to beat him for the Intercontinental title. He then went to WCW. He tried to get over, and with the New Blood takeover, WCW failed. He did create TNA. He did help create TNA, but Jeff Jarrett, his ego for the wrestling business was way too big. So I disliked him because here's the thing. Obviously, we know who a big fan of I am. He never wanted to put him over. And I get it, but Jeff, you weren't at that level. Jeff Jarrett wasn't at the level. That's why I despised him. And he always tried to get that level. He's like, I'm going to step on Hogan's neck. I'm going to do this in WCW. You didn't work in WWE. That's why Vince let you go. You came back again, trying to beat you for the Intercontinental title. Hey, good luck for China. Good luck for China, but you still lost to China for the Intercontinental title. You went back to WCW and it closed. Then you never came back to WWE. You got inducted, Hall of Fame, everything like that. I think you got a Hall of Fame career, but I just despised you as a talent, and that's my own opinion. So you're my number 3.
Yeah, I mean,
He just wasn't.
it's a bootleg honky tonk man.
That's what I'm saying. He came out, did the
That's
whole
all it
friggin'
was.
yeah,
He's
and
a bootleg honky tonk man with a better physique
Ed and I talked mid-carders. He's a
and
mid-carder.
better on the mic.
Yeah, he's a mid-carder. And he was almost at that bottom scale mid-card that they put the world title on him that he should have never been.
Yeah, he was a clown.
Even as wrestling fans were saying it, listen, Jeff Jarrett, you've had accomplishments, you've won titles, you've done this and that. You did start TNA. The problem is even in TNA, when you had talent in early 02 come in there, you had a young AJ Styles. You had this, you still put the world title on yourself. And again, I guess the difference is like, say, way back even before Trent and I were born, in the AWA, you had Vern Gagne started AWA, but he was actually a wrestler. He was the world champion. So you're not Vern Gagne style, if that makes sense. Your dad was a promoter, 70s, 80s, started wrestling. I think it was I know he started a couple of, I forget what the promotion is down south, but that was the first case of nepotism back in then. He pushed his kid. We talk about the Von Erichs. The Von Erichs had talent. Jeff Jarrett, you had the look, but you just didn't have that. You try to follow gimmicks that weren't you.
I don't know shit. I know my number 3. Hey, I'm Kevin Nash. Big Daddy Cool. Dipshit. Diesel. I fucking hate Diesel.
I think
I fucking hate Kevin Nash.
I think that was
as a wrestler.
I think that was a great
He's
introduction.
a fucking asshole character. He's never had a good character.
No,
He's never had a good character.
I think Oz was his best one.
No, Oz with his green fucking
Yes.
robe and his turban crown, whatever
Yep.
the fuck that was.
Yeah, it was fucking
And
hilarious.
wasn't his face painted white
Yes.
too? This
And-
asshole.
and he had his, yeah.
What the fuck was that?
That
What
was-
about the first guy? He was wasn't he Steel on the Master Blasters?
Yep.
This fucking dickhead with the orange fucking
Oh yeah, he was trying.
orange mohawk.
He said
Then he was something else too. He was Vinny Vegas.
Vinny Vegas.
That jerk off.
So the craziest thing is you saw, I mean, you haven't watched it yet, but on the Hogan documentary, the 4-part on Netflix, he said he saw Hogan and says, if this jackass can make money, I can make money too. And how long did it take him to make money? Until really Vince made him Diesel.
well, yeah, 'cause he started out in like 1989, right?
Yeah. But he saw Hogan, and he was like, if this guy with this Hogan skullet
Yeah.
and this and that, he's like, if Hogan can do it, I can do it. But guess what? It took him almost 5 years to actually make money.
Yeah, but he's still not. Nobody talks about Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash unless they're talking about NWO.
Right. You're right.
Nobody,
But
those two aren't
But I was saying,
together.
Kevin Nash, I'm just bringing some more hatred for you to dislike Kevin Nash even more. But he's like, if Hogan can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, and that's fair.
Right.
Honestly, that's fine. That's a
But nobody had that's the whole thing. Is like you had Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, R.I.P. Scott Hall. They were both saying how when they first created the NWO, they hated that Hulk was still doing Hulk. Talking about, let me tell you something, brother. This guy right here. And he hated it, but it still worked. And I think for Kevin Nash, you got to realize, like, listen, Kevin Nash, you got your start, basically your break from Vince making you Diesel. You were the champion for a year,
stupid.
which if you think about it, in 1994, where the business was, you're the most irrelevant champion. I
Yeah.
hate to say it, you held the belt for a year and nobody cared. Nobody cared until Undertaker beat you.
Oh, he's a stiff. He's
And-
a big stiff.
And then you went to NWO, and you basically, a lot of things killed WCW, but he became a booker also. Right? He's booking the matches.
So booking a bunch of stiffs. Yeah, he's a stiff, man. I just never understood. He's Virgil 2.0.
Yes. He lived off of that fucking $1 million belt for the
Oh,
rest of
he
his
ate
life.
off of that for many, many
We
years.
go, so obviously being to a couple WrestleManias, a couple of signings, stuff like that, he literally, when you see pictures of Virgil online, like he was just sitting there, like he wouldn't, like you couldn't go up to him and hey, here's $10. You couldn't take a selfie with him. He's like, no, give me $10. Then he could do it. So he charged, he wouldn't like, you run into, like I ran into Matt Hardy at fucking, and Marty Jannetty. Take a picture, no problem. Hey, can I buy you a drink? Yeah, Marty Jannetty. I'll get a Jack and Coke. I'll get a double. Sucked it down. I'm like, what the fuck? However, all right, so I took a picture of him. There's my payment, whatever it is. But Virgil, you couldn't take a selfie with him. $10.
Fucking Virgil.
Mhm.
And listen, nobody really wanted to take a pic. That's a person, whoever met Virgil,
Yeah,
never met anybody in the world.
no. And people you're right, they never met anybody in the world and like, oh, this is a wrestler.
Because if they think, like, listen, if you're a wrestling fan and you're a Virgil fan,
Mhm.
you're kind of an asshole.
Yes,
How many Virgil fans are out there? Honestly,
probably a handful.
you think that many?
God rest his soul. Virgil.
Yeah, he's dead.
He just passed.
So whoever's eating off those residuals,
Oh,
like, that's the
boy.
guy who's really feeling Virgil right now. But
Listen, I'm okay with that number 3 for you though. Big Daddy Cool.
yeah, man, Big Daddy Cool was terrible. So what about your number 2? Who are we looking at here?
So so this is going to be, I think, out of both of our list, this is the newest guy of the new generation who I can't stand, but he is a phenomenal fucking heel. MJF.
Yeah, he
MJF.
is a good heel.
You just want to slap him in the fucking mouth. But he just won the world title again. He's a 3-time world champion under 30. So that's obviously a record as it is. You never know as we get older how that's going to be. He's a great wrestler. He's a cocky son of a bitch, but he makes you want to fucking strangle him. And I'm one of those guys.
There's a guy who you wish kayfabe was still going on.
Yes.
You're like, are you
'Cause
that
I feel
big
like
of a
he-
douchebag
I feel like
all the
he-
time? Like, is this a
He,
guy, are you that good at it?
there
Like,
was I follow a Macho Man a guy on social media, Macho social on Instagram. I think it's Machoverse, and he literally is always in Macho Man character. He literally was at WrestleMania this past year, or it was a convention before WrestleMania. MJF was there, and he tried to do, oh yeah, MJF. He goes, he literally MJF walked by him and says, "Fuck off," and everybody's like losing it, and Macho Man's like, oh, but it was funny because he just saw him, he just goes, fuck off, and he just kept walking in the whole fucking character and everything. So MJF literally is in character at all times. So if you want to say something that keeps it kayfabe, it's him. I was watching an interview with him yesterday with Chris Van Vliet, and I like him with AEW. I think he should stay with AEW because he almost came to WWE, and between the two promotions right now. I feel like there's only been a handful, and maybe like a couple of they've gone back and forth with wrestlers that have worked, and I think he works better with AEW. Cody went from WWE, NWA, AEW, then he came back. So Cody works with WWE. It didn't work in AEW. The crowd were booing Cody at AEW, but there's been a couple stars that have worked when they flip-flopped and it's worked. MJF needs to stay in AEW because he'll stay a heel. He should always be a heel, not a good guy. Keep the kayfabe. I fucking hate you, and I love it. He's a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick.
He is.
Yeah,
Love it.
He's a dick. He knows it. He's paid.
Yeah, he's getting paid too.
And he can wrestle.
Yep.
So.
And he's young, so he's gonna have a long way to go.
Yeah, and he doesn't care about WWE.
Nope. That's the whole
Which
thing.
is-
He does not care. He got offered. He just said he couldn't disclose it. He goes, but he was close, but realized, I think what they have going on in a positive way at AEW is that Tony Khan is such a mark or fan. He's not, if AEW would run smoother if he was more of a businessman, but he knows that he's getting paid well. He's drawing numbers. Tony Khan's going to listen to him talk about character. Where back in the 80s, Hulk would tell Vince, this is what we should do, and Vince would go with it. It's putting asses in seats. That's what we're all worried about.
Well, sure.
So your number 2 is who?
Lex Luger.
The total package?
Yeah.
Or the narcissist?
The narcissist. All of it, actually. Every
All of it.
incarnation. He's the biggest stiff in wrestling,
Okay.
right? He's got limited to no ability in the ring.
And it's too bad because
None.
he looks like he should.
No. Well, that's the thing.
He looks like $1 million.
It would be one thing if it were clever
Yeah.
that he called himself the total package when you have just one piece of the package.
Right.
Like you look like it. You can't do anything else. Let's call him the total package.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Funny. But then you get him on the mic too.
And then,
And he's a stiff on the mic.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, he really is. And they tried for so many years to get him over. They tried, total package, go to WWF, you become the narcissist. Then you have the Lex Express. They thought they're going to put the world title on you. They're going to make you the next Hogan in 94. Didn't work.
No. With all the American stuff behind him on the battleship.
Still didn't work. You bought his son
Body Slam,
Yokozuna. Yeah.
Like, dude, I just didn't buy it. Like,
Nobody bought it.
I didn't buy you as
They want
the new American
the hero.
hero.
No, he's the new Hulk
like, you
Hogan.
weren't that.
Nope.
Like, you looked like a parody of a guy who was supposed to be you.
Yes. Because he tried way too hard.
Like, he looks like like a very low budget version of a movie about Lex Luger.
Yep.
Like, that's just how he comes off to me. Like, he's just so fucking.
And they named him because if you think about what was it, the X-Men, Lex Luthor? Who was it? Which one of the characters?
Lex Luthor was DC Comics.
DC Comics. That's where you think about Lex Luger. Lex Luthor. That's where
he's supposed to be a bad guy.
Right. NWA came up with that stuff. And it wasn't it was before WCW, it was NWA,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He just never. And then the off the field stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff.
After like,
You go, all right, good, come on.
yeah.
But no, even just on the mic, he was terrible. He never cut a good promo. He was never interesting.
Right.
He was always just very
was
cookie cutter.
It was a look.
It was
He just had the look. It was just the look. That's
And
all it was.
Wrestling was better when you have a personality.
You have to. You got to be able to, like the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors. They could talk. They had the fucking the look, the spikes. They were two big fucking bulky guys that could wrestle and beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
And they were believable. Lex looked better than them. You could see all of his muscles, but he had no personality. Where you want a guy, and I hate to say it, my other honorable mention is the Ultimate Warrior because he is a fucking Lex Luger. But he just would.
He could draw, though.
He could draw and not make sense because he was a fucking Ultimate Warrior. You'd fucking watch a promo, you'd be sucked in as a kid.
Yeah.
Like this kid's like, who is this kid talking about? The spaceships? What's he talking about? Hulk Hogan. Who the hell is that? Oh, the Hulkster he's talking about. So the Ultimate Warrior, okay, as much as I didn't like him because he beat Hulk Hogan, he drew money. Not as much as the Hulkster did.
No.
But the Warrior had the look. He had this, he had that. And then you look at Lex Luger, you would think, okay, Luger's going to, no.
But I don't think he ever drew like Warrior.
No.
Nobody talks about Lex Luger today.
No, they don't. They talk about the Ultimate Warrior, though.
We're back.
My number one as a kid, it's not Ric Flair, okay? But as a huge WWF fan. I couldn't stand this guy because he was a rich dick, or at least he seemed like it on TV. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And today I was listening to a blog where he was actually talking about, remember when he had the little kid with the basketball?
Yeah.
And he offered him $500 if he did it 15 times, and he kicked number 15, he booted.
I do remember.
He was saying that when he went backstage, everybody's like, that was great. That was great. He goes, yeah, that wasn't great. He goes, now I'm probably going to get, somebody's going to fucking kill me for doing this to a kid on national TV. He never did.
Yeah.
But listen,
did,
he
thankfully.
paid off he always pays someone off. He paid off the breath that beat, when Andre beat Hogan. He was the ultimate bad guy. And if the thing is he didn't look like, he took his whole wardrobe off. He looked like kind of like a regular guy underneath his wardrobe.
Oh yeah.
He was a middle-aged, he was just like a normal
there was
guy.
nothing. He was one of those guys you looked at and you went, oh, so you can fucking wrestle, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
And he was a good worker. He wrestled very well. He could carry a match. I hated the $1 Million Man, but he was a great heel. And he never got a proper title run. It is what it is. It's life. But to me, he's my number one.
My number one, who has appeal and was pretty good on the mic.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
but I just never liked him. I never liked him as a tag team.
Okay.
It's Scott Steiner.
Big Papa Pump?
Big Papa Pud. He's Big Papa Pud. I hated that fucking bullshit armor he had on his head.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
I actually like
ridiculous. You liked that?
No, I like that you're like pointing out certain things you hate about it.
I hated his fucking black chin stripe.
Yes. Yeah.
I hated that. I thought it was stupid. He was juiced out of his mind.
He said he wasn't, though, of course.
But he certainly was.
I know, exactly. He was ginormous.
He was out of control.
I've never seen someone pop and then they had the big, remember that?
Dude, he was gross. Like, you look at him and you're like,
oh
what?
my God.
Yeah,
right,
don't tell me you're not on something.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just, like, it's fine. You still have to work out.
And he had a fucking bad attitude, and he thought his shit didn't stink.
Yeah.
That's what he said, yeah.
But he listen, I didn't like him with the Steiner brothers either.
Right, okay.
With the goofy fucking varsity jackets. And
Yep.
I get, look, they went to Michigan. They were all
actually
Americans. They
wrestlers,
were
yeah,
fucking great. Not
Yeah.
just wrestlers. Like I think one of them
Rick,
was almost a national champion.
his brother.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like the to be a college athlete at that level at any time in history.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's big.
but
Yeah,
you're the
it's
best
big.
of the best.
Yep.
The Steiner brothers bothered me the way they looked again with the headgear and all. And I get it, but they're fucking stupid. They look like the last two brothers off the short bus. Like,
Yeah. Especially Rick with the freaking headgear on.
they just looked. And then we get this guy who's a 180,
Yeah.
and you go, all right, man. I don't know. I just never liked him. I don't know. It's no.
That's it.
It's just.
I think it's okay that you don't like him.
And listen, they're super smart guys.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
make no mistake. But as a wrestler, again, I don't know these people personally. So if you ever come across this video, understand that
We are wrestling
yeah,
fans
this is
talking
wrestling.
about this.
I don't
right?
know how you
As
live your
personal
life.
feel, right? Same thing.
Um,
Listen, I liked our list. I think that's a good number one for you, though. Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, it's
I understand.
unexpected.
I understand. It's unexpected, but I also like it.
Yeah, he's just not,
Mine was like
I
you
don't
said. My list was more so bad guys I didn't care for, but yours was like just people you didn't. I liked. You just didn't fucking like them.
No, I just didn't like anything they did. Like anything they did, I
Two-
really didn't like.
Two.
You know who almost made the list?
Who?
Sting.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, because
Blonde Sting or Dark Sting?
no, Blonde Sting was fucking cool, man.
The fucking
Like it
Crow
was so
Sting.
different.
Okay, yeah,
It was like, all right, this guy's fucking far out. He was very, honestly, he reminded me a lot of Randy Savage.
Yeah. And if he would have been,
Randy Savage is
if he would
my favorite wrestler of all
if he would have been in WWE, he would have been big. If Sting would have been in WWF, he would have been bigger than Hogan because he had a better look and he could wrestle and he was fucking charismatic, everything.
But I hated the Crow Sting.
yeah. I get that.
I hated that. I didn't like any
I
of it.
like the change, but I understand I would rather have the blonde Sting all day.
Yeah, I thought there was a market for him then. I didn't think he had to go that route.
He just did it for just the storyline with the NWO.
Yeah. And he figured, all right, who I'm a big star. I might as well
Yeah.
turn heel too. Hogan did it.
Yep.
So, all right.
That's it. I'm going to go to this dark side now.
Yeah, I'll go to this dark side and we'll try to make it cool. And it's just like, you just shamelessly ripped off a movie.
Yes.
Which, let's be honest, is The Crow a classic film? Is
I don't
that
think-
rip
well,
off?
I mean,
For
we
a
could
couple
ask,
of
we could
years.
ask Rob. We could ask Rob.
Yeah, we have to ask Rob.
We could ask Rob. Rob,
I'll ask Rob.
is The Crow
yeah.
a
Classic.
Classic. Is The Crow a classic?
Is The Crow a classic?
Rob, we're gonna have to talk about this in your next one.
Like, are
next
people
show.
telling their kids,
You got to
You gotta watch
The
The Crow. Make sure you watch The Crow at like 14 years old. It's
like they are Billy Madison or Happy
yeah,
Gilmore.
people are telling people about Billy Madison.
Yeah.
People are watching Billy Madison. with their
Or
kids. Yeah, for
Tommy
sure.
Boy.
Yeah, classic.
Listen, I think you did a fucking great job getting on the show today.
I
I think you did a
appreciate
fucking
it.
great job. Episode of 64 ran as smooth as it could with either the Monster, Edible Eddie, Jumpin' Jerry. Now, who was the guy who said Ric Flair was a jobber?
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, Nasty Nick.
I saw Nick the other day.
Nasty Nick, you're
He
welcome on
still
again.
says that Ric Flair's a jobber.
Our faces when he said that was by far one of the funniest videos.
Yeah, great video. Now, if you don't know, again, we have a lot of shorts
Yeah,
on
YouTube and
YouTube
TikTok.
and TikTok, but we post 2 on TikTok every single day.
Yep.
So there's one for the movie review show, and then there's one for this show here.
Sundays for real estate.
Yep, Sundays are real estate. Don't
Yep.
want to forget that. It's usually a hot take for these guys. What do you think of this guy? What do you think of this? It's just
It's the way to
it's
do it.
questions. But what we'd like to have is questions from you guys.
Yes.
Just to make my job a little easier. I'm the one who does these questions for them. So if you have any questions, if you know if you want to know something, how they feel about something, which I can understand why you would, and I can also understand why you wouldn't. Because who gives a shit, right? There's a lot of people that like to tell me that. Maybe I'll cut these up into hot takes.
I think hot takes.
We got plenty of hot takes
From this-
between
listen,
Ed.
Yeah.
We still have ones left over. So.
Yeah. So we're going to be good.
Yeah, no, this was fun. I don't want to do it again. I will say that. There's no scenario I can imagine.
You were on
Well,
episode
no, I
one,
can imagine
episode
it because
one.
we're at one
Yeah,
now.
something
We're
like
at-
this
we're at
happens.
an
But
impasse.
this is what we call special.
There's a
events.
special guest. I don't know how this episode is going to cut up. I really don't. Usually I can see it. All this is probably going to get cut out, so it really doesn't matter.
Episode 64 is complete. Top Rope Talk. Go ahead.
Quiet Corner TV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
Like, share,
Check us
subscribe,
out. Yeah,
everything.
like,
share
share,
it.
subscribe.
You know,
The Monster will be back next week.
Edible Eddie. We're going to have a special guest come on in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
We're
we
going
got
to leave.
Edible Eddie coming
We're
back
gonna,
soon.
we're going to leave that one to be quiet because she will make a splash. Maybe a steel chair, maybe a board to the back of the head. We have so many. You know the crazy thing is, TP. So many people watching when Edible Eddie came on. We get the Monster. We have you.
The fact that I'm on this show tonight because Dumont is sick cannot be understated. I'm not coming back, folks, at home. I hope you enjoyed it.
Excellent.
I
Eddie.
honestly do.
Yeah, that was good.
That's it. Top Rope Talk, episode 64. 2.
Sweet. See you next week.
See you next week. No, you won't, actually.